Hello and welcome back. In this video, we wanna start to talk about internal functions. And internal functions are many types. Uh, First, we'll talk about something called string internal functions, and this is the internal functions related to strings. Okay, so the first one we want to see is something called str repeat. And str repeat, this function will take two arguments. The first argument is the string you want to repeat, and the second argument is how many times you want to repeat. Okay, so let's say str underscore repeat, and then parentheses, and inside the parentheses I'll put first the string name, so str, this variable here, and then comma, and then how many times I want to repeat. So for example, let's say 3. Okay, so now I want to repeat this string 3 times. Okay, like you see, the string is a paragraph, HTML paragraph element. So inside of it you have the word hi. I can write the string down here. So instead of variable, I can write the string itself like this if I like, or I can write a variable name. Okay, so let's echo, save, and let's see what happens. So localhost, internal functions, and now I have hi, hi, hi. Okay, I have 3 hi. So let's go back. So this is the first function we want to see, is the string repeat. So next, what we want to see is something called str length, or len. Okay, which stands for string length. Okay, so this one is quite obvious. It will take the string and see how many characters are inside the string. So for example, we can copy from up here. I can say strlen, and then inside here I'll put the string name. So let's use this same string up here. So now I want to check how many characters inside this string. Okay, if you count, you have 3 characters in the opening tag, and you have 4 characters in the closing tag, and you have the word hi, which is 2 characters. So 3 plus 2 is 5, and 4 is 9. Okay, so I'm supposed to get 9. So let's echo, and save, and go check this, refresh, and now I get 9. Okay, so this is the number of characters inside my str variable, or str string. So let's go back. One more thing we want to say about the str length. This one will check even the space is counted. So right now I added 2 spaces after the word hi, so this is counted. So now the string length will be 11, not 9. Let's save this and go check, refresh, and now I get 11. Okay, because it counted the 2 spaces. So let's go back. So this is everything about the string length. It's very useful in a lot of situations. For example, in passwords, you are trying to not have a members with very weak password, so you specify a specific length. Okay, for example, if somebody enter a password from 3 characters only, you will say that the password is too weak, please try another password. So you need to check for the length of what they put inside the input field. Okay, so this is one example for the string length. It's used in a lot of places, and we will see all of this in the future when we learn more PHP. The next one we want to see is something called isString, and this one will check the data type of the variable inside here, and if it is a string, it will tell you that it is a string. Okay, so for example, let's say echo is string, and inside here I'll put my string name, which is the same string over here. So let's save this and go check. and now I get number 1, which is mean yes. Okay, so this is a string. If I put something different, let's go back. For example, instead of this, I will put an integer, 250, for example. So now this is not a string. So let's save and go back, refresh, and now I don't get number 1. Okay, because this is not a string. So let's go back. This function is also very useful to specify if the string is if the input you get from a user, for example, is a string or not. Okay, so it's very useful. Let's go to the next one, something called SHA-1, and we also have SHA-2, but for now we will study just this one, SHA-1. Okay, so SHA-1 will take a string and encode it. Okay, so make a code of it. For example, this is used with passwords and stuff like that to make it secure. Okay, if I say this string here, copy, and then let's say echo, for example. So my string is this one here. Okay, so I will code it using SHA-1 and then echo the result from that. I can say echo, for example, the string before the SHA-1, so I can see the difference between them, and then add a break, so I'll have each one in a separate line. Okay, so let's check this, refresh, and now I get hi. Okay, this is my string, hi, and also I get this line here. So this line is the code from this string up here. Okay, so this is used with password and stuff like that to add security to it, and you will use it a lot in the future when you get more in depth with PHP. So let's go back. The next thing we want to see is something very useful as well, which is a lot of them. Actually, it's 5 different functions, but they are related to each other. The first one is str to lower, and this one will make the whole word lowercase. Okay, so this is str to lower. It will take a string and any capital letter will become lower. And this one is str to upper, which is the opposite from str to lower. Okay, this one will make everything capital letter. Okay, let's check these 2 first, then we will come and talk about these 3. So the syntax, like you see up here, it only has one argument, which is the string. So it's very basic syntax. Okay, so I can say, for example, I will create a variable. Let's call it variable equal, let's say hi there, for example. So I have this variable, and all of the letters inside of it are small letters, and I want to make them all capital, so I can use str to upper. Okay, so for example, I can say echo str to upper, and then parentheses, and put the variable name, which is this one. Okay, so now I will take this variable, which is hi there, and make it all uppercase. Okay, so let's save this and go check, refresh, and now I get hi there, which is my string or my variable, but I get it all in uppercase. Okay, so let's go back. I can actually instead of echo, just create the same variable, so override the first one. So in the beginning the variable was hi there in all small letters, and then the second one, it became in all capital letters, what we just saw in the browser. Okay, so now this is my variable. If I go and echo var, let's go and check, I get the same one. Okay, so it's all capital letter now. So let's go back, and instead of echo I want to use string to lower. Okay, so I want to echo using the strtolouwer, and then put the variable name. So now I will take this variable, which is all capital letters, like we just see a second ago, and I will change it all to lowercase. Okay, so let's save, refresh, and now I get hi there in all lowercase. So let's go back. So this is str to lower and str to upper. It's quite obvious and it's quite useful in a lot of situations. The next we want to talk about is lcfirst, ucfirst, ucwords. LC stands for lowercase, so this one will lowercase the first letter. Okay, lowercase first, so it will lowercase only the H. Okay, and this one will uppercase only the H, so it's uppercase for the first letter as well. And this one is uppercase for words, so it will uppercase the H and also uppercase the T. Okay, so let's go check this. For example, the first one I want to check is ucfirst. Copy. And then var, which is this variable name up here. Okay, I want to echo. So now I'm supposed to get this string, but I'm supposed to get the H in uppercase because it's ucfirst, which is uppercase first letter in the string. Okay, so let's go check, refresh, and now I get hi there, but with uppercase H. Okay, so let's go back. Instead of ucfirst, I can use lcfirst, and then just change the H here. So my H is capital inside the variable. Okay, inside this variable here, my H is capital. So I will make it lowercase using this function. So lowercase first. Let's save and go back, refresh, and now I get it lowercase. So this is my variable here. Let's go back, change this to lowercase, and then see the last one, which is ucfirst or ucwords. Ucwords will take all the words like we said in the beginning. So it will take the H from here and also the T from here. So not only the H like like ucfirst. Okay, this is the difference between ucfirst and ucwords. ucfirst will only take the first letter in the string and leave all the other words. It does not care about it. Or ucwords will take the first letter in every word inside the string. Okay, so now it will take the H and the T and change it to capital letter. So let's save, and now they are all small. Let's refresh, and I get H capital and also T capital. Okay, so let's go back. The next thing we want to talk about is something called Str Replace and also Str Replace. Okay, these ones, the only difference between them, this is case sensitive and this is case insensitive. So the one with the I is case insensitive. So let's say, for example, I have a string, and this string, I say I love PHP because PHP is fun and PHP is easy. Okay, so now I have this string, and I want to use the string replace. The string replace, what it will do is go inside the string and replace a specific word. Okay, replace it with something else. For example, now I want to go inside and replace the word PHP. So I have PHP here and here and also here. So I have 3 PHP. Okay, let's look at the syntax. It's str underscore and then replace. This is the name of the function, the first one. The second one is with the I before the replace, which is stand for insensitive. Okay, case insensitive. Inside this function, I have 4 arguments, like we see here, and one argument have star next to it. This star means it's optional, so you don't have to use it. You can use only these 3, which they are mandatory. You cannot not write them. Okay, you have to write them. So the first one is find. This is the word you want to find. Let's just take it down here and echo. So the find, this is the word you want to find. This is the first argument. So the word I want to find is PHP. And then what you want to replace it with, okay? And I want to replace it with, for example, HTML. And then the name of the string, which is this here. Copy, paste. And then the count, okay? This will usually be a variable, and this variable will just count how many changes were made. So the count is how many changes were made. And this is, like we say, it's optional, so you don't have to use it. I can just leave it like this. But we do want to see how many changes we made. So let's go back. Now I have my string replace, so I have my sentence, and I will go inside of it and change any PHP, which is 1, 2, and 3. Change it with the word HTML. Okay, I also wanna echo down here, echo, and then let's add break, and then say, for example, the count, or you made, let's concatenate again, and then let's put the variable count. Next, let's concatenate again and say, for example, changes. So in the first line, I will use my string replace, okay, and then I will concatenate you made and the number of changes I made, okay. And let's echo also the string up here, so we'll see the difference. Echo string. So let's go check this. I will first have my string and then replace, and I will echo that as well to see the result, and then how many changes I made. So let's go back, refresh, and now I get I love PHP because PHP is fun and easy. Let's just create a break. Let's go back. And I want to create a break right here after the string. So concatenate HTML break. Save, and let's go back. Refresh, and now this is my first string, which is the original string with the PHP, like you see here. And this is the new string after the replace with the HTML, like you see here. Okay, and this is how many changes I made. So I made 3 changes. So PHP, PHP, and PHP, 3. Okay, so let's go back. The one thing is the string replace will not work with the case insensitive. So for example, if I change this PHP to PHP in capital, inside my string I don't have any PHP capital, so it will not work. Okay, so I want to see this. I want to see also the string I replace. So let's copy this. Actually, copy all of it. Copy. So this is my string replace. This is the original string, and this is my string I replace. I want to add the I in here, and then see what will happen with the string I replace and also with the string replace. Okay, so let's save, and let's just add break, this one here, So let's save that and go back, refresh. Now I get my original sentence up here, okay? And then the string replace, I didn't get any changes, so I made 0 changes. Why? Because the PHP is capital, okay? When I put the PHP as argument inside the string replace, I put it in capital, and here I don't have no capital, so it didn't change anything. So the string replace did not work. Next is the string I replace, or the string I replace, and this one made 3 changes. It did work, okay? Although the PHP is in capital inside the argument, but it did change all the PHP to HTML, okay? So let's go back. This is everything in the string replace. The next thing we want to see is something called implode and explode. So let's go down, and implode will change an array into a string, okay? And explode will do the opposite. For example, I have an array inside here, and inside of it I have hello as a value, and the next value is friends, and then I am with a slash to ignore the comma here, okay? And shihab. So I have 4 values inside my array. I want to use implode to make this array a string, okay? To change the array to a string. So let's go down. I can say, for example, let's just create a variable called the string, and then I will say implode parentheses, and inside the parentheses I have something called one argument called separator, and this one is optional, and I have the array, okay? So I need the array name, and also I need the separator. The separator is what will come between each value and the other one, okay? If I didn't write anything, what will happen is, let's just check it actually, why not? So I can just write the array name, which is array. So in this first one I am using no separator, okay? I didn't use the separator. If I come and echo string, for example, let's create another string called string2, and in this one I will implode, but I will also use the separator. So I will, for example, put a space. So my separator is a space. I want to put between each value and the other one a space, okay? So this is my separator. So I will also, let's just concatenate a break in here. I want to echo also string 2 under string 1. So I will have the first string, which is the one without separator, and I will have the second string, which is the one with separator. Okay, let's save and go check. Refresh. Syntax error on line 43. Let's go back. 43, where is 43? It's right here. We forgot semicolon in the end. Okay, let's save and go back. Refresh. And now I get the first one, which is the one without the separator. All the values are together. Okay, so they took all the values and put it together in one string. So there's no separator. And the second one, we have a space separator. So it added a space between each value and the other one. Okay, so this is my separator. So let's go back. The next one we want to check is the explode, and the explode is the opposite of the implode. Okay, so the explode will take a string and change it into an array. Okay, so let's take out string 2 and just add the spaces in here. So in the explode I have also 2 arguments. The separator is optional, and the string is the name of the string. Okay, you wanna explode. So I can say I want to explode this string we created here. Okay, and the separator inside the explode is the place or the point where the explode will take the value. Okay, for example, let's go to the browser and check our string. Let's save. Actually, let's go back, refresh, and now I have this string here with spaces, so I can use this spaces to cut the string. Okay, so I can take this hello and make it the first value, and then take friends and the second value, and like that. Every time I find a space, the PHP will stop and take whatever is behind it, the value, and put it inside as a value in the array. Okay, so let's go back. I can say, for example, echo explode, and then the parentheses, and like we said, the thing I want to cut from, or the point I want to cut from, is the space. So I'll put the space as the separator, and then the string name, which is a string. Okay, let's save and go check, refresh. Array to string conversion. Sorry, we tried to echo an array, and of course you cannot do that. Let's go back. We can just print R, and I can take the explode, put it inside the print R. Like you see, I can put one function inside the other one. Okay, explode is a function, and I put it inside the print R, which is a function as well. So let's go back, refresh, and now I get hello, okay, as the first value here. Then the PHP found the space, so it stops, and then go to the friends. Okay, so friends as the second value here. Then it found the space, so it cut again, it stops, and then it goes to I am. So I am is the third value here. Okay, and then found the space, the separator, and then cut again. Okay, and then go to Shihab, which is the last value, and I put it here. So this is the explode. The explode will just take a string and change it to array, and the explode will do the opposite. So let's go back, and actually this is everything in the string functions. We still have a lot more functions, of course, but we are only in the beginning of our PHP journey, so we cannot, of course, study a lot of them here, but we will do in the future in the intermediate and advanced courses. So I'll see you in the next lesson. We will talk about array internal functions, which is internal functions related to arrays.